Okay, so you should have already listened to the introduction to polio, and I told y'all that our narrator for today's personal narrative had this disease, had polio. So today we're going to be reading Small Steps, The Year I Got Polio by Peg Cahert, and this is chapter 1, The Diagnosis. So Peg Cahert, our author, got polio when she was 12, and it took her a while to recover. So we're going to find out what happened by reading these small chunks of her personal narrative. Here we go. I never thought it would happen to me. Before a polio vaccine was developed, I knew that polio killed or crippled thousands of people, mainly children, every year, but I never expected it to invade my body, to paralyze my muscles. Polio is a highly contagious disease. In 1949, there were 42,033 cases reported in the United States. One of those was a 12-year-old girl in Austin, Minnesota. Peg Scholes, me. My ordeal began on a Friday early in September. In school that morning, I glanced at the clock often, eager for the homecoming parade at 4 o'clock. As a seventh grader, it was my first chance to take part in the homecoming fun. For a week, my friends and I had spent every spare moment working on the seventh grade float, and we were sure it would win first prize. My last class before lunch was chorus. I loved to sing, and we were practicing a song whose lyrics are the inscription on the Statue of Liberty. Usually the words, "Give me your tired, give me your poor," brought goosebumps to my arms. But on homecoming day, I was distracted by a twitching muscle in my left thigh. As I sang, a section of my blue skirt popped up and down as if jumping beans lived in my leg. I pressed my hand against my thigh, trying to make the muscle be still, but it leaped and jerked beneath my fingers. I stretched my leg forward and rotated my ankle. Twitch, twitch. Next, I tightened my leg muscles for a few seconds, then relaxed them. Nothing helped. The bell rang. When I started toward my locker, my legs buckled as if I had nothing but cotton inside my skin. I collapsed, scattering my books on the floor. Someone yelled, "Peg fainted!" But I knew I had not fainted because my eyes stayed open and I was conscious. I sat on the floor for a moment. "Are you all right?" my friend Karen asked as she helped me stand up. "Yes, I don't know what happened." "You look pale." "I'm fine," I insisted. "Really." I put my books in my locker and went home for lunch, as I did every day. 2 days earlier, I'd gotten a sore throat and headache. Now, I also felt weak and my back hurt. What rotten timing, I thought, to get sick on homecoming day. Although my legs felt wobbly, I walked the 12 blocks home. I didn't tell my mother about the fall or about my headache and other problems because I knew she would make me stay home. I was glad to sit down to eat lunch. Maybe, I thought, I shouldn't have stayed up so late the night before. Or maybe I'm just hungry. When I reached for my milk, my hand shook so hard I couldn't pick up the glass. I grasped it with both hands. They trembled so badly that milk sloshed over the side. Mother put her hand on my forehead. "You feel hot," she said. "You're going straight to bed." It was a relief to lie down. I wondered why my back hurt. I hadn't lifted anything heavy. I couldn't imagine why I was so tired either. I felt as if I had not slept in days. I fell asleep right away and woke 3 hours later with a stiff neck. My back hurt even more than before, and now my legs ached as well. Several times I had painful muscle spasms in my legs and toes. The muscles tightened until my knees bent and my toes curled, and I couldn't straighten my legs or toes until the spasms passed. I looked at the clock. The homecoming parade started in 15 minutes. "I want to go to the parade," I said. Mother stuck a thermometer in my mouth, said 102, and called the doctor. The seventh grade float would have to win first place without me. I went back to sleep.